Welcome back to the Football Today podcast, brought to you by Betfair, who are on your side this EPL season. I'm your host, Liam McAllion, also known as the Stats Guy. As always, I'm joined by Marcus Bazzano, fired up Chelsea fan after some actual in-form Chelsea Blues. What is going on?
Let's go. We're winning the league.
Winning the league?
But it's turned around. Maresca, he's doing brilliant things.
He is. He's even making Nico Jackson look like a star.
He is.
What is going on?
He's been working with a finishing coach this year, and he's looking a little bit better.
There you
4
go.
goals and an assist in his first 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, I can't believe that's going on at Chelsea.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Things are going good.
Definitely touch on that. Bit of Chelsea, bit of every team we'll cover. We're here for all things English Premier League, heading into an exciting Matchweek 6. Today we're going to cover the top football and EPL news. A lot happened over the weekend and this week. Our best Betfair back or lay tips, also with expert tips from Tony Hargreaves that you can check out on the Betfair Hub if you Google that. Before we start though, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Football Today podcast, and follow our socials, Football Today AU on TikTok and Football Today Australia on Facebook and Instagram. All right, let's get into it. Let's have a bit of fun.
I'm surprised you're doing this podcast because you actually played some minutes today.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Ben Chilwell.
Ben Chilwell.
Yes. Did he's back?
Against
He's
Barrow,
back.
he played. Yeah.
There you go. I didn't actually bring up that I would Ben Chilwell. No one's commented that
First
for a while.
show.
But yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, he finally played against the
finally
powerhouse
played.
of Barrow.
Yep. Top of League 2. They're flying.
League Two.
They're flying
what's
at the
that?
moment.
It's like 4th division?
4th division. They're flying.
They're fine, yeah. So we beat Barrow. Good on them.
Yeah.
All right. Around the grounds, we'll start off with the biggest match of the weekend that we talked about last week.
Yep.
Arsenal Man City. Obviously,
It delivered.
It delivered 2-2. That type of scoreline is just awesome. So much happened. Haaland got on the score sheet.
Yep.
Finally, I say finally, he only missed 2 games of not scoring against Arsenal, but he did well.
That Savinho turn, though. He turned
He's really good,
Calafiori
Savinho,
inside out.
yeah.
And then Haaland does what Haaland does.
Yeah. So now he's got 100 goals for Man City in 3 or 4 years.
He broke another record, didn't he, Stats Guy?
Did he?
First to 10 goals, quickest to 10 goals in the Premier League season.
Yes. Yeah.
5 games.
I think every week, quickest to 14 goals, 15 goals, quickest to 20 goals.
Yeah, what's double 38? What's that? 76.
So he's on track.
On track for 76 goals.
76 goals when the record's 36.
That's ridiculous.
That is nuts. There's just a lot happening in this game. Obviously, an Arsenal red card. Arsenal were on top for the first half and
you'd say so.
in the lead, and then they got that red card. People are saying, it should be a red card. A few people in the office, Alex, people that know from our past podcasts, not happy with the red card.
Arsenal fans.
It was there. He wasn't even going for the ball.
It was a second yellow.
Second yellow.
He
wasn't going for
booted
the
the ball in Mars.
Yeah.
But then again, it's just another consistency thing.
Yeah, whereas it happens a lot almost every game, and every game is differently
But when you're on a yellow, don't do
anything
that.
stupid. Yeah,
don't
exactly.
do it.
Yeah.
You cost your team one of the most famous victories in Arsenal Football Club's Premier League history.
It's so hard to win at the Etihad. They were on top of them. They've gone and obviously got a red card. They come out of halftime, Man City, and go, we're just going to try and get through this defense. Arsenal held down really well. 33 shots to 5.
Yep. They parked the plane.
They parked the plane. Not parked the bus, parked the plane.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then
Jumbo jet.
City, they just couldn't quite get it in the goal hole until John Stones in the 98th minute.
How many people say goal hole? I don't know. It's something
People
about
in England say that.
I know. I like the onion bag, but I don't know about goal hole. Yeah. John Stones, 98th minute equaliser. They sort of celebrated like they won, which I thought, fair enough, they've got a late goal. Haaland threw the ball at the back of
Gabriel's head.
Head. He's like, he just throws the ball
that in the Louvre.
Yeah. So that was really weird. But Arsenal, they would have been a little bit filthy because they had a really good first half, held down really strong defensively. But a draw at the Etihad still a really good effort.
The early Andrew Trossard, just don't do that when you're on your low.
He's such a good player for him.
Because you fluffed it. He cost your team a famous victory.
Yeah, he did cost them the game. We didn't even talk about Calafiori's wonder strike.
Oh, what a goal.
That was unbelievable. First time curving away from the keeper.
Should Edison do more?
Or are you saying because it was coming a bit slower?
It wasn't in the corner. It wasn't in the bottom corner. It wasn't the top corner.
I think because it was curving away so much that he probably thought he had it covered.
Yeah.
And because the rotation of it was nuts, it just curved straight out.
Because you never really see those, because it wasn't hit with pure pace. It sort of just floated and curled away into the, side netting.
I think just the way it was curved rather than. But
it's always
possibly do better, but I'm happy he didn't because that was an awesome goal.
Yep.
You got Raya held really strong for Arsenal in goal.
Yep.
Like a lot of people said, Arsenal held down really well defensively. They did to an extent. City still got lots of shots off, and Raya had to save a fair few.
For sure,
well.
He's a brilliant goalkeeper. He's so good.
Yep.
But there was another record broken in that game.
What the hell? You should be
another record broken.
Yeah, what's this one?
Who had 0 passes for 90 minutes during that game? 2 players.
2 players?
Didn't register
Saka?
a single pass.
No, not Saka. No, I'm joking. I've got no idea, to be honest.
Kai Havertz and Timber.
Really?
Both registered 0 passes.
You can't be doing that. How are you allowed in the Premier League?
Look, I know defensively they were working their absolute bums off.
But how do they not even get a touch?
But they did. Kai Havertz attempted 5 passes, 0. I'm not sure how many Timber attempted, but
that is wild.
They both ended the game with 0 passes in 90 minutes.
That is just very weird, and you got to do better than that. They would have won if they maybe had a few
Imagine
more
getting paid like 350 grand a week
just run
to not pass the ball even once.
That's a very good point. They're on way too much money. Just not to do it. That's a very good point. Last one on that game is probably the biggest news out of it. You can take away 2-2, great game.
Yep.
A lot happened. Rodri ACL injury. He is probably the backbone of this City lineup. When he plays, as we've said for the last couple of years, they win. The stat is there.
Yep.
They just win so much when he's playing. He's probably the best
DM in the world.
The best, defensive midfielder in the world. Is this going to cost them the title? That's a bit of a
It definitely could.
One.
It definitely could. I think.
Who comes in?
Kovacic in a holding role.
He's a good player, but nowhere near Rodri.
He likes to dribble past the player in the midfield
Attack,
and sort of create something from there. Like he scored a goal against Chelsea doing the same thing.
He did actually,
So I think that is a big, big blow. And only just like 2-3 days after he publicly said that players are almost about to go on strike because they play too much football.
I know.
2-3 days later, does his ACL.
Maybe, the footy gods were just not on his side there.
No.
But he's spot on. Like, I don't know if the ACL had anything to do with how much football they are playing, but the more they're playing like this, there's way too much going on for their legs, I think. I know they're professionals, but...
I know, but they're getting paid.
I know. So there's
300 grand a week to play 2, max 3 games a week.
I don't know if there's certain sports you can play multiple times a week. I don't know if football is one of them. What do you reckon? No,
I think squads should be big enough to rotate.
Yeah.
Unless just maybe because the squads is like you capped at 24 players. I think maybe just expand that and you can have room for more rotation.
Or you have to rotate more, maybe like there's a rule or something.
Yeah.
That's brutal for Man City. They'll be annoyed with that. A lot of Arsenal fans were secretly very happy about that because once he went off, Arsenal started dominating. But I still think City will be okay. I think City will be okay still.
Yeah, I think so.
They're always bounce back.
Yep.
Talking about bounce back, Spurs bounce back. Ange was so happy. He was getting into the journalists. Just about. They conceded really early against
20 seconds
Brentford.
Again, 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row, 22 seconds Brentford scored, which is wild. Ange was really happy to silence the critics. He comes out to the media last week. They were all bagging him going, this guy hasn't scored, this guy hasn't scored. Solanke scores, Brennan Johnson scores.
Yeah.
They'll be happy with that. It's just against Brentford though. I think Spurs fans and Ange might need to calm down a little bit, but they'll be happy to get back on the winners list. Yeah.
Much needed.
They needed that win. Talking about both Chelsea fans, we got the scarf down there. Dominant Chelsea. That was awesome. 3-0 win against West Ham. That's 3 wins in a row. I can't believe I'm saying that as a Chelsea fan.
I don't know if that was Chelsea just looking really good or West Ham looking really bad.
The defense of West Ham was shocking.
Yeah.
But the fact that Nico Jackson is finishing those type of goals, and like one was on the outside of the boot. Last year, he couldn't even finish when he had a goal with no goalkeeper in it. So I think that's a big step for Chelsea, just having someone that's going to consistently score.
100%. And like you saw in the cup game, rotated the full front four, and the rotated front four in the Barrow game was Felix, Mudryk, Neto, and Nkunku.
Yeah, that's
as
crazy.
Your second string attack. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth in attack. Still, I was going to say worries about defense, but even they've held up pretty well defensively. So I'll take that.
Yeah, 2 clean sheets in a row.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
With Robert Sanchez in goal. Wow.
Yeah. Wait, Robert Sanchez has been good. Put some respect on his name, mate.
He's just turned into prime Neuer over the past 2 weeks. It's been unreal.
Awesome. Next one, Notts and Brighton draw. They're both still unbeaten. So I can understand Brighton always last couple of seasons have started well. Notts are also unbeaten and no one's really talked about them. So
that game was crazy as well.
That was nuts. I watched that one. It was decent time for Australia.
Controversial Morgan Gibbs White, that second yellow.
So yeah, he went in very harshly, sort of 2-footed.
Yeah.
But he got the ball first. He was already on a yellow, so that's very risky.
Yeah, but he sort of went like sort of studs down, but stood on the ball.
So then that just caused mayhem. He got sent off. They actually were in the game then. They possibly could have won. They were playing well, Notts. He goes off. Brighton still ended up a draw. Then both managers get red carded and sent off. So there was just red cards. You get a red card. You get a red. Everyone gets a red card. And yeah, Gibbs White, I think he's really stiff. And I was so annoyed because he's in my fantasy Premier League team, and that's what cost me the win this week. So I was not happy because he got a -1.
What'd you score?
Oh, I can't even remember, but it wasn't a good week. I just got lucky that it was even close. But yeah, I think that was a bit stiff for Morgan Gibbs White.
I was clean. I put Luis Diaz as captain.
Oh, I just brought him in this week. Yeah. Everyone's catching on to Luis Diaz, but you've got him in.
Yeah, a week early.
Yeah, nice. All right, to finish off the Around the Grounds, we'll talk about some Aussie news in the soccer or the football. Joe Gauci made his debut for Aston Villa, the Aussie goalkeeper in the Carabao Cup. 5 saves. I had a look. 2-1 win. That's awesome for the Aussie.
Yeah, it was a terrible performance from Aston Villa, but I was just looking on their social media, looking through their comments and what the fans' reaction from that game.
Yeah.
And everyone was saying, like, that game was horrendous, but one thing is for certain, Joe Gauci played very well.
Oh, there you go.
And was arguably man of the match.
Oh, surely he can get into the first. They've only got, like, Emi Martinez. He's not world class. Is he in goals?
Screw him.
He didn't win a World Cup or anything. Surely get Joe Gauci in there.
Yeah, well, that's what everyone wants to see. So come on,
I don't think everyone, maybe just Aussies, but yeah.
True.
We'll get a petition going eventually. Yeah. How old is Emi Martinez? He'll retire eventually, so maybe Joe Gauci just hang around.
I don't know. He kind of looks old, but I don't know how.
He's probably not even that old, is he?
32. Okay. So he actually is.
Goalkeepers.
He's probably got another 2 years in him.
Okay. Then Joe Gauci straight in.
Yeah.
I reckon easy. The other news talking about it, well, Joe Gauci, Socceroos, but then Socceroos have got a new head coach. Obviously, Graham Arnold's out that we posted about last week.
Yep.
They've gone with Tony Popovic, Sydney FC. I was going to say coaching legend. He won a few. Did he win a few titles with them?
Well, not with managing them.
No.
He was assistant.
He's assistant. That's right. Yeah.
But he did manage Western Sydney for 5 years.
Yep. Oh yeah, Western Sydney.
Perth Glory for a little bit, and then he went to Greece for 10 games, and then back to Victory.
What you were talking about earlier was the Socceroos are going to have this big expansion and have a look at all these options maybe across the world.
They're going to do an extensive search to find the new manager.
And they've just gone around the corner. Tony Popovic probably just popped in. Hey, I'm Aussie. I'm just around the corner. Just get me.
Couldn't get Kevin Muscat, so yep.
I don't know. Do you reckon Muscat? Oh, Muscat's been really good in the J League.
He was heavily linked, but he ruled himself out.
Okay.
So I think Popovic was definitely the.
I think he'll be a decent coach, but I don't know.
I would have preferred Nick Montgomery.
Okay.
But he only just became the assistant manager at Tottenham with Ange.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's probably on a bit more.
He was the Central Coast manager, won the treble.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Bring Ange back.
Bring him back.
Nah, he's not coming back.
His win record isn't fantastic.
Popovic
either. 40% at Victory, not bad. 50 at Perth, pretty good.
50's good, yeah.
27 in the Turkish league, and then 42.
Everyone knows it's hard to manage in the Turkish.
42 when he was at Western Sydney. So
yeah, okay.
I don't know. He's got a lot to prove.
Yep, that's all right. All right, that's enough for around the grounds. A lot happening in the Premier League and the world of football. Let's get into some back or lay bets. Thanks to Betfair, the only place to back and lay bet on the EPL this season. We'll start off with Tony Hargreaves. He's the man in these betting tips. We were 0-2. The week before we got 3 or 4. He went 3 or 4 this week on our expert tips. So expert tips, check that out on betfair.com.au. They
know what they're talking about. Check him out.
He knows what he's talking about, absolutely. So let's go through I've picked out the 4 best ones, 3 backs, 1 lay that we're going to talk about. Yep. I'll go through the first 2 and then you go through the next 2 after that.
Yep.
He's going, firstly, I used to say don't back Chelsea, but there's a new season.
It's a new season.
He's backing Chelsea at $1.76 on Betfair for Chelsea versus Brighton. It's Brighton, unbeaten, but Chelsea have won the last 3, so they've been really strong. Brighton, though, they've lost 9 of their last 13 away games, as Tony points out, and Chelsea have won the last 2 meetings between these two.
Yep.
He talks about Nicholas Jackson, as we've been talking about. Nicholas Jackson, incredible scoring form. He's scored in 4 of the last 6 Chelsea home games. He's got 2 goals last game. I think he's going to get him over the line and back Chelsea in this one.
Yeah, he's been very good. Nkunku scored a hat-trick midweek as well.
Yes,
so,
against Barrow, but yeah.
Both attackers are scoring, and I think, Jackson can do it.
Actually, does he have a balloon for every goal? Like, you know how he has a balloon celebration for his kid?
Yeah.
Does he have if he's got a hat-trick, he's going to do 3 balloons?
Yeah, I'm not sure, actually. I don't think he did this morning.
Oh, maybe not against Barrow.
Yeah, but even possible. I wonder what laying Brighton. Maybe just holding out for Chelsea to draw. But look, a decent little bit of value there for Chelsea.
Yeah, absolutely. Laying Brighton right now, you can get $4.80, so is on Betfair, which is really good as well. So then, because a draw is possible, Chelsea's form at home this season hasn't been too good.
Yep.
But
also
I don't mind
against
this.
Palace.
Yeah,
Jackson scored in that game.
Yep. But I don't mind this at all. Yeah, backing it at $1.76. Pretty good bet there. The other one, he's got Tony Hargreaves' expert tips. Both teams to score. No. Both teams are not scoring in Wolves versus...
No.
I've said that so
Both teams will not score.
Both teams will not score in Wolves versus Liverpool at $2.22. So he's backing that. I really, really like this one. Only 3 of the last 10 meetings between these sides have had both teams score. I had a look. Most of them are Liverpool winning to 0.
Yep.
So far, Liverpool's the number 1 defense by an absolute mile.
They've been very stingy.
They've conceded 1 goal in the entire season so far.
Yep.
Tony also has won 2 bets with this exact bet on Liverpool already this season, for both teams to score for Liverpool not happening. So, yeah, I think this is a really good bet at the moment. What do you reckon?
If it's red, keep keep going red.
Yeah, keep going red. Yeah,
so
Liverpool's defense
Liverpool
is so good at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
They're the best defense.
They've probably been one of the most pleasantly surprising. They've had an easy start, but they've also played well under the new manager, Arne Slot.
Yeah, he's been great. Even Man City have conceded some goals to the lower teams, whereas Liverpool just clean sheet after clean sheet. So I really like this one.
And who was it? It was your boy who scored.
Who?
Against Liverpool.
I can't remember.
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Oh, yeah, it was Hudson-Odoi.
Your boy.
He is having a ripper season for Notts. Mate, bring him back to Chelsea. He is my favourite player back.
We'll buy him for 150 million.
Yeah.
Buy him back.
Yeah, we got enough money. All right, you can finish off the next one. Back and lay, finish off.
Tony's going over 2.5 in Everton versus Crystal Palace at $1.95.
Okay.
You'd sort of think 2 lower table clubs, are there goals in there? There have been so far this season.
Yeah, Everton's defense.
Everton have led by 2 goals twice and lost this season already. That was against Villa and Bournemouth. Palace came from 2 goals down to win against Leicester. And Mateta's just starting to find his form.
I've brought him into my fantasy. He's been good. He's been scoring a lot in the Carabao Cup, and then he scored last game for Palace. Their ability to score goals has really improved, I think, even without Elise. Obviously, he's dominating for Bayern Munich.
Yep.
And then Everton, Calvert-Lewin's been scoring goals.
Yes.
They haven't been winning, but they've been scoring goals. And we don't even care who wins in this one, as Tony's gone just over 2.5 goals.
Yep, I like that.
Yep.
$1.95, plenty of value there.
Yep.
And he's also going to lay Nottingham Forest at $2.40 in their home match against Fulham. So we're going Fulham or a draw in this one.
Okay.
Notts have been unbeaten.
This is a risky one, I reckon.
They've been really strong.
Yeah.
So he's gone against the 2 unbeaten sides so far this season, but they will be without their manager. He got sent off in that game that we talked about.
It's Nuno,
Gibbs White also sent off. He's arguably their most creative. Everything goes through him.
He's their best player, Gibbs White,
Fulham are unbeaten in their last 4, including a win over Newcastle. And 2 draws in there as well.
Yeah, so the lay's really good because you can get the draw. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a draw because Fulham have actually been pretty solid as well.
Yep.
And if Gibbs White was playing, I'd probably be backing Notts, but he's a huge out, so I don't mind that from Tony. Yeah.
And they've got Ward Prowse in that midfield as well. Like it's actually
it's a good
really
team. Yeah, I was watching on the week and I'm like, I'm really enjoying Notts Forest, and I don't think I've ever said that in my life. Their crowd gets into it. It's at the City Ground. Yeah,
and like under Nuno. Notoriously negative football as well, but
but they haven't been playing.
They haven't been.
He's a new man. New Nuno. That doesn't make any sense.
What's your back and lay tip
for
this week?
I'm just gonna give a lay this week. West Ham at $3.35. I'm laying them against Brentford, so I'm happy with a Brentford win or a draw.
Yep.
Now Brentford. Look, they haven't been amazing, but either of West Ham. I think Brentford have beaten West Ham in 5 of the last 6 meetings, so they've dominated this, including a 7-2 aggregate at home. I think that's the G-Tech Community Stadium or whatever they call it down there. It's just such a weird name, but they're really good at home against West Ham, so I'm really happy to go against West Ham here and lay them. The Hammers defense just looks so bad. There was a couple of times Chelsea literally just walked it through. They're like, here you go, Nico Jackson, just walk straight through.
Jackson to Sancho. Sancho's like to Jackson on the halfway line. Here's the ball, and Jackson just kept running down the wing, and no one was coming up to face him. So it was like, I'm just gonna
score,
kick it in Ariola's legs.
Yeah.
Score.
So, I'm worried about West Ham's defense in this one. The Bees do have some strong attackers still. West Ham's conceded 7 goals across their last 3 games, 3rd worst defense in the league. But, we get a little bit of a wiggle room with the draw or the win for Brentford. That's why I think it could be a Brentford win.
Home ground advantage as well.
But West Ham, $3.35 for a lay bet there. Don't mind. There we go. What do you got?
I'm looking to back both teams not to score.
Okay.
In the big game, Manchester United versus Tottenham on Monday morning.
Really?
That's at $3.05.
Okay.
Both teams to score has failed to hit in 5 of Manchester United's last 6 Premier League games. Tottenham at the start of the season, low-key struggling to score a little bit. So I'm looking there for a little bit of value. Both teams to score.
I don't mind this because Man U just don't have that many prolific scorers. And Tottenham should be able to score a couple of goals.
Both teams defensively is a worry.
Both teams defensively are a worry. That's my only worry. Yeah.
But I'm holding true to the recent record of Manchester United so far this season.
All right, that's enough of our back or lay bets. Thanks to Betfair, the only place to back and lay bet on the EPL this season. Let's get into my favourite segment. I say it's my favourite segment. It's like a roller coaster. Trivia with Olivia. Let's go, Olivia. What have you got for us this week?
All right. Speaking of the new Socceroos coach, how many caps does Tony Popovich have for the Socceroos? Closest answer wins.
I feel like you just looked him up before, so you might know.
I had his Wikipedia page up. I didn't see that though.
I've got absolutely no clue how many games he's played.
I'll go 33.
I go lower or higher? I always go higher, so should I just go lower? I'll go 28.
Marcus wins. It was 58.
Oh, 58. There you go. He's got
quite
a few
a
cops.
few.
He's raised the bat. There we
And
go.
another question: How many goals did he score
we
when
got
he
a
played
double.
for the Socceroos?
Not many.
Isn't he?
Not many.
That is also correct.
I'm going to go
I've got no idea. I was maybe like 4.
1.
Oh, I was going to say
It
4.
was 8.
Oh,
Over a decade, though, so...
Yeah, right. That's
Okay.
done well there. A bit of research. I
8
like
and
it.
55 is actually not a bad record.
Yeah. And that's
For his position.
Yeah. No, very good. Thanks, Olivia. That was very good. We were okay then. We're okay.
Okay.
We've had some ones where we're way off, but that one at least we were pretty close. All right. Let's wrap up the show with the quick fire. I say quick fire. Sometimes it's not so quick fire. Match week 6 predictions. I've almost said 4 there, but match week 6 predictions for the EPL this weekend. I'll read them out. You tell me what you want, Marcus. Newcastle versus Man City.
Yep, I'm going to go Man City.
Yeah, easy one, I think. You got to back Man City. Even without Rodri, they're just too good. Newcastle have been...
still haven't been great.
They've been stinky.
They've been... change of words there.
Yeah, thanks. Chelsea versus Brighton.
Chelsea versus Brighton. Chelsea,
yeah, I think we're going to continue the form up. Finally win at home. Brentford versus West Ham.
Like you, you know what? I'm going to go Brentford here.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Brentford.
I think I'm going to go the draw, but I don't mind Brentford at home is a really good bet there. Everton versus Crystal Palace. It's weird. Everton haven't been that bad because they're scoring goals.
They haven't.
But they just don't know how to finish out a game. So.
Yeah, and I think Palace without Elisa have actually struggled a little bit. I'm going to go draw.
Ooh, what a surprise. Nah, I'm joking. I'm going Palace. I still think they'll be too strong. Everton just crap the bed every time it gets to about the 80th minute. So going Palace.
Every time they go 2 up.
Yeah, we're 2 up. Oh, let's just forget how to play football. So shout out to Emil who's watching this. He's a big Everton fan. Arsenal versus Leicester City. Who are we going on that one?
Arsenal has to be.
Got to be Arsenal. They look really good even though they had a red card. Notts Forest versus Fulham. This is a really tough one. Yeah.
I will back a draw.
Draw, yeah. I'm happy with the draw. No, that's fair. If Gibbs was playing, I would be backing Notts every day of the week. But
he's a big out.
He's a big out, and they don't have a manager, so that might be interesting. Wolves versus Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool. I reckon this could be like 5+.
Wolves have been one of the worst teams to watch this season.
We called that at the start of the season, I reckon. They've been so bad. I reckon it's going to be similar to that Chelsea game where Chelsea put 6 on them. But
6 on them, yeah.
But Liverpool actually know how to defend, so it could be like 6-0 or something like that. Next one, Ipswich Town versus Aston Villa. Easy one.
You know what? Is it an easy one?
Surely it's an easy one. You said you watched...
I'll go a draw here. I reckon Ipswich...
Really?
Yeah, Ipswich at home. Make a scalp.
Oh my God. I'm definitely going Villa, but Ollie Watkins is going to get a hat-trick, I reckon. Man United versus Tottenham. You're going to have your 10th draw of the weekend.
I'm tempted. Just because we're Aussie, we'll go Tottenham.
Because you're Aussie. All right. I'll go Tottenham as well. I think they're starting to find a little bit of form. They're a better team than Man U, I think. Man U just shambles.
Man U would just still need to show that little bit.
Yeah, agreed. Bournemouth versus Southampton. The huge clash.
Again, not a great one, but I'm going to go Bournemouth.
Yeah.
They look really solid, and at home as well. I think they can get the job done.
Yeah, Southampton are shambles. They need to bring more Prowse back somehow because he was like their saving grace back in the day.
On loan Armando Broja from 2 seasons ago. Bring him
or bring back Sadio Mane.
Where's he at now, bro? Is it Everton, I think.
Is he?
I think so.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm going Bournemouth as well. So that's our tips for the match week 6 of the EPL. And I'm calling it. That's the final whistle for the Football Today show brought to you by Betfair. Check out some of the fun videos we're doing all over the socials at Football Today Australia and Football Today AU. Send in any questions, get around the comments, and I think that's it. Thank you very much, Olivia and Joe behind the camera. Thanks, Marcus.
Lovely work, Stats Guy.
Thank you. That's another episode of Football Today done. We're out. What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.